Welcome to my apiary. Just look at that prairie sky. There is nothing quite like a prairie sky. A little bit of talk about some stuff that, people sometimes ask me and things that come up. Sometimes people talk about making money on YouTube. And I think there are certain people that do make money. Some make a living. Some make a lot of money. It's not easy though. These people work very, very hard, and a lot of them burn out on it. About a year ago, I reached the point where I could actually monetize my videos, and you've probably noticed that. But, it's not that lucrative. It's not that lucrative. I make $1 or $2 on it, but I don't make anything because the equipment that I have, my microphone and I got my smartphone, different things, just even this tripod. I bought a fairly nice tripod, but I have not anywhere close made back to what I have invested in it. So it's just a hobby. It's just something helps me meet people, meet people online and talk about beekeeping. I kibitz around with Ian because he makes videos, and he's really good at it, and he's very popular. I maybe make $20 a month or something like that. It ain't much. The time that I put into it doesn't anywhere close to compare with the dollars that I get out. So I ain't doing it for money. I don't stand here and tell you to like and subscribe. I don't stand here and tell you to, be a Patreon and stuff. And God bless those people who do. That's fine. That if that's their thing, if they're trying to build a brand and build an online presence and make some serious income, that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's not what I'm doing though. So the question is, what am I doing? And I've been asking myself that question a lot lately. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I did take a kind of a break from it. There wasn't much going on. Not much interesting going on. There lots going on and very busy, but you didn't see anything from me for about a month here this summer. And so, you get time to reflect and ask yourself. I did mention that it helps me meet people, helps me interact with people, talk about bees. What beekeeper doesn't like talking about bees? I know I've heard other YouTubing beekeepers talk about, who am I talking to? I sit here in the apiary and I talk and I think, if somebody doesn't know what I'm doing, they'll come by and they'll maybe wrap me up in a straitjacket or something. You think I'm kind of losing my marbles talking to myself like that, and I am talking to my friends and online people, etc. But there's one very special person who I'm talking to, and that person is my late father. I have a hard time talking about that. When I was very young, 50 years ago, my father was a beekeeper. I remember much about it. I remember I got stung one time. For a little kid, that's pretty terrifying. I remember that very well. I remember exactly where I got stung. And my father passed in 2013. And I didn't become a beekeeper until 2015. And as an elderly man, you know, his health wasn't great. His mobility wasn't great. What joy that would have brought him. The way my apiary is, not far from the house. It's reasonably level and firm footing out here. To have had my dad to be able to come out and enjoy my bees. He'd have loved it. He was one of the people who really didn't react to bee stings. You know, a little bit of a hurt, but no lasting effect kind of thing. So he certainly wasn't afraid. He loved to get into his bees. A couple of my family members had some very serious reactions to bee stings. I'm not going to say allergic because I'm not a doctor. From what I know, I don't know if it was an allergic reaction, but regardless, my dad gave it up and he packed it all in, and that was it. He got rid of everything and was never a beekeeper again. And I know that must have broke his heart, but in all the years growing up, I never once heard him say, you know, gee, I wish I wasn't forced to give up beekeeping. He always talked about it, the experience very fondly. But he was a man of integrity, and he didn't ever want anybody else feeling bad, because it wasn't anybody's fault. You know, it wasn't anybody's fault that happened. That's just what happens. So anyway, I think that's, I think he's one of the people I'm talking to. In his last years, he did come to visit occasionally, but he lived a number of miles away, a few hundred miles away. So I would love to think that he could watch my videos, see what I'm doing, enjoy the bees as much as I do without the work, because I don't enjoy that part so much. Certain joy you get from a hard day's work, you know, when you go home and you're just played out. There's a joy in that for sure, but it's exhausting. It takes a physical toll. So that's just some straight talk. That things I've been thinking and things I've been thinking that I maybe want to share with you. Who am I talking to? Who am I sharing with? While I'm talking about different things. Someone asked me why I became a beekeeper. In 2015, I became a beekeeper. I've done a lot of things in my life, a lot of very, very different variety of different things in my life. I've been a commercial cook. I have experience with electrical and electronic systems. My 20-year career was information systems, building global networks and telephone systems and things of that nature. I was a commercial driver for a number of years. I was a teacher for a while. And that teacher thing, I enjoyed that, and that might be part of this YouTube thing. Why I like to do it, because I do enjoy the teaching part. I was laid off in 2014. And it was later that year my wife decided she wanted to take up beekeeping as a hobby. She ordered a couple packages of bees, bought some equipment, a couple of hives. She did all the study. She learned what she needed to know. I told her, I will do whatever you say. I will help you in any way I can. but the learning, the knowing what to do part is your game. Just to give her that ownership and that control, and not to have me interfering in whatever she knows. She learned a lot. She decided to not pursue it after her months of study. She just thought it was just a little too much physically and things you need to know, education. So I was still out of work, and I was kind of trying different things and wondering what I wanted to do. I could have just went and drove a truck or something. There never was a question of whether or not I could have a job. It was kind of the luxury of deciding what job. So I did a little bit of math. I said, how much honey do these things make in a year, and how much, how much does that cost, and what's the profit, and all that sort of thing. And I thought, well, maybe I can make a few bucks at that. And I seriously overestimated what I can make on it. But by the time I realized how much money there was not to be made, I was hooked. And I'm still hooked. It's the beekeeping part I like. The harvesting part is not the part I like. Everybody likes the honey, but that's the part everybody else gets to experience. And I get it. It's a fantastic product. They don't get to experience the managing the bees. That's my favorite part. May and June, even into July, that's my favorite part. So I get 2-3 months of enjoyment out of 12 months of the year. The rest of it's just kind of work. But there's other things to enjoy. So anyway, that's my story. That's why I started beekeeping. And I have a farming background. I grew up on a farm. My first job was raising pigs, shoveling pig manure. So I'm no stranger to getting my hands dirty and a little bit of hard work now and again. So it just kind of got me back into the farm. I'd spent many years in cities doing IT work, which was great. I got to work inside on a cold day, but I didn't get to work outside on a nice sunny day like today. This is beautiful. I get to work out here on a beautiful day, and sometimes really hot. But that's what it is. So that's my story.